you had fun with the cross cars, get ready for some Pro 2 Lite action as we continue the night off with the Just a Trim Pro 2 Lite Championship. As always, for this one, I am joined up in the booth with Cody Harrelson. Cody, how are you doing?
Oh, we're just peachy tonight, Frank. How are you doing?
Doing well. I know that you were running well in the cross cars, got some kind of short end of the stick luck there in the main event, but I'm glad to have you in the booth with me as we call the action for these Pro 2 Lite trucks.
Yeah, and this didn't play out the way I was hoping tonight, but excited to be up here and calling this race tonight and ready to have some fun, Frank.
Yeah, so as always, it's going to be a typical format for us here, some heat racing. We got 22 drivers currently registered, so we can anticipate an LCQ and then go into a main event. These trucks have the fuel to make it the full run, so we don't have to worry about pitting. So should make for some fun racing tonight. Before we get too far into it, I do want to invite anyone watching at home to download the Fantasizer app and join the AMX Fantasy for the Pro 2 Lite series. So if you have your phone, scan that code there, create an account, pick your drivers for tonight, and let them score points for you. If you need more information or kind of curious about the rules and the format, you can go over to amxiracing.com and click on Fantasy, and that will give you everything you need to know. But you can go ahead and get your drivers picked all the way through the warm-up, so you got plenty of time. Speaking of drivers who are favorites tonight, Cody, anyone standing out at you? Kind of watching them here in practice?
Well, the top three on the leaderboard, Frank. Drake Matag, Sean Winkler, and Connor Berry, all fast guys, all of big names in these trucks, so you know when they show up that they're here to compete, and we're going to see something fun.
Yeah, Connor Berry unfortunately wasn't able to make it last week, but we're excited to see him out here for round two. And fortunately, you get that drop week, so that's not going to upset him in the points as long as he's able to continue to make it. But he's a fast one in all these trucks, so it's going to be exciting to see him out here with Zach Rapkin and Sean Winkler and all these fast guys.
Yeah, I mean, Connor, anytime he shows up, it's just you're happy to have him there, but you just know it's going to be a long night for you.
So true. So while these guys get the last couple laps in, as the points shape up, it was interesting because we were interviewing Zach Rapkin on the second spot of the podium, but because of all the passing points that were assigned, I think he made 7 passes during his heat race coming from the rear. That actually shot him up to first place here on the standings. So Zach's going to, keep the lead here going into tonight. Sean Winkler behind him, Cody Winecki, David Holdren, Taylor Vanden Bush. And then we got Chase Greer tied with him, Cody Vandeveer, and then Joseph Brooks, Austin Bolson, Joey Herbie, Anthony James, Christian Noble, Jonathan Pepin, and then Justin Bennett, Zach Clifton round out the top 15. So about 30 more seconds here. Half a lap in these trucks. So this will be the last time around for these guys before we flag them in and turn them loose with some heat racing. And motocross style start tonight, so kind of doesn't really matter necessarily where your pick is. Although I do find, and I'm kind of curious your thoughts, Cody, I find a lot of guys like to be kind of on the outside where you can kind of get to the track quicker and minimize that wheel spin.
Yeah, I mean, it's not... I guess it's not a big advantage as a traction because you're starting in the grass Here at AMX, we don't let them turn left on just straight to the track. They do have to go straight from where they start until they meet up with the track. So it's not as big of advantage traction wise, but where it is a big advantage is you just miss out on all the chaos. I mean, all those guys in the middle or to the right, they either have a wall on one side of them or a truck on the other side. So
Yeah, well, I'm anticipating 3 heats tonight. 4 laps is going to make up the heat. In heat one, we got Solomon in a good position. Joey Herbie outside of him, Zach Drapkin, Jonathan Pepin, Taylor Vandenbush, Drake Matag, and then Sean Winkler, Joseph Brooks is make up heat one for us. And I got to admit, those are some good-looking trucks out on the line.
yeah, some fast guys up in this heat. Definitely will be paying attention to guys like Drapkin and Vandenbush, and even I think that was Drake Matag. All those guys, they're going to be quick. As everybody patiently waits for the starter.
Yeah, it looks like we might. Oh, all right. Looks like Flagman's gonna hold up the green, so we're gonna get ready.
As the engines come to life.
Green flag.
And we are green. As everybody barrels down into... Holy cow, everybody's already getting tangled up. Barrels on down to turn one. And it looks like Joey and Drapkin are going to have the early battle for the lead. Joey going to be able to edge him out just by a truck. Solomon keeping it up there in third place, and don't look now, but Joseph Brooks right there in fourth.
You know, Cody, it always cracks me up. I feel so much slower watching these things after we come off a cross-car race.
Yeah, the trucks are just a lot bigger, so they don't look quite as fast, but I promise you they are just as fast.
Got a good battle up here for the lead between Zach and Joey.
Yeah, Drapkin getting it done around the outside. He's going to take that lead. Solomon, he's going to hold on to that third spot over Joseph. And looks like Jonathan trying to peek into fourth.
Yeah, Joseph doing all he can to hold on to that final transfer. Taylor Vandenbush is going to come after him, though.
Yeah, I think everybody back there they're all hungry barreling down on him, so if you're Joseph, you better get running. As he's going to have a bad bounce, that's going to... Oh!
Some contact
Tough
there, too.
break
That's
for Joseph, getting a bad bounce and then getting tangled up with Jonathan.
Yeah, he was looking strong. So hopefully he's able to recover through the LCQ and we can see him out here in the main event because he is a strong contender for sure.
Yeah. But back up front, Solomon putting the pressure on Joey. He's looking pretty strong tonight. He's not used to being all the way up front like this, but he's been getting better and better over the years, so excited to see what he can do. Maybe he can hold his boss behind him off.
Yeah, got the two Just a Trim teammates here, so I'm sure they're going to race each other respectfully.
As everybody goes barreling down in the Cowboy corner, Drapkin and Joey going to pull off just a little bit from Solomon. Got about a consistent gap between each truck here from first to fourth, so Drake Matag looking to chase down Taylor. Taylor's hoping him and Sean get to battle and he can maybe sneak away.
Check with our leader up front, Zach Drapkin, with about almost 1 second lead over Joey. running really well in this this heat.
I tell you, Frank, it surprises me that Sean Winkler, he didn't get a very good start, and he just hasn't been able to capitalize on anything, it looks like, so far. He's just kind of hanging out towards the back tonight.
Yeah, I'm curious. It's very uncharacteristic of him, so I'm wondering if it's just... yeah, your guess is as good as mine.
Might be. My guess is it's damage related, but hopefully he can get something figured out and maybe get battling for that consi. As Taylor chucking it in on Solomon, he's going to give him the right side door.
Solomon having to get out of the gas, that might open up an opportunity for Drake behind him.
Yeah, as these guys battle each other side by side, it's going to definitely pull those two in closer. So Taylor knows it's go time. He's got to get going, and Solomon, he's just got to follow in line and not make too many more mistakes so he can keep that transfer spot.
And I'm sure in the back of the mind of Taylor Van den Busch, the top two are going to go to the trophy dash tonight, a 2-lap dash during warm-up for an extra little payout. So if Taylor can get around Joey, that's going to allow him to compete in the dash. So hopefully a little added incentive for him to continue to work on closing that gap.
Yeah, for sure. As we take a look back up front here, Drapkin with a 2-second gap over Joey. Just continuously trying to stretch it out and leave those guys in his rearview mirror. As Frank, we are on the last lap of this heat race.
We are, so it's just a couple more turns for Zach to bring home the victory, and if Joey can keep Taylor behind him, those two will go off to the dash.
And things are getting spicy for that transfer spot, Frank.
I was going to say, Drake is doing all he can, and Sean is getting into the mix as well. So I have a feeling Solomon probably feeling some pressure right now.
Yeah, he just needs to keep that truck under him. Not too many big mistakes here these last couple corners. Don't let those guys get into your head. As we take a look back up front, Drapkin going to bring it home with the win tonight in this heat race number 1. Joey Hervey able to hold off Taylor Van den Busch. Solomon able to hang on to that transfer spot. And then it's going to be Drake Matag and Sean Winkler, Jonathan Pepin, and Joseph Brooks.
Yeah, there's a pretty good sign of things to come. Good fast heat race. So I'm sure everyone in Heat 2 is watching that with great anticipation. Heat 2, Cody, go ahead and introduce our drivers.
Well, starting on the far right, we're going to have Eddie Farnes. Next to him is going to be Anthony Janes. Sorry, far left from our perspective is going to be Eddie Farnes. Anthony Janes next to him. Nick Nowak. Chase Greer.
Oh, just like Lash. That, we are going green. They're wasting no time.
I think somebody forgot to hit a button, Frank.
Yeah, see what happens when they don't have you on race control?
As looks like Chase is going to jump out to that early hole shot. And it's going to be a mess behind him. Anthony barely missing his favorite hole. As Jeffrey is going to come out in that second spot. Eddie Farnes is in third. Nick Nowak fourth. Nathan Matoxin fifth. Dale Sharp sixth. Anthony's seventh. And Zach Clifton in eighth.
Yeah, Anthony, unfortunately, not having a good opening lap. Kind of, unfortunately, lost some ground there, but it's early. Hopefully, he's able to reel them back in. And watching Nick and Eddie go at it right now.
Yeah, we got battles all over the place here. As Nick's going to pull out on Eddie, that's going to leave Eddie battling Nathan. Nathan's going to get the drive off of that last corner and be able to capitalize on that spot. As Eddie going to throw it in on the inside, taking the unconventional line around.
Yeah, it looks like running 1, 2, 3 up front. The closest, most entertaining battle we have right now is with Metoxin trying to protect that final transfer spot with a crowd of trucks coming up behind him. Dale Sharp leading the charge, trying to close that gap on Nathan.
Don't look now, but here comes Anthony looking around the outside.
Anthony looking to make some moves.
He's just looking right now to get up into that fourth and final transfer spot, so we'll see how much of that nose he's going to use to open up doors for him, because it is go time.
Yeah, but it's one thing Anthony's really good at. It's driving that outside line and just keeping the speed and the momentum up and just getting a drive out of there.
3 laps in the books already, so time's winding down.
Jeffrey Latch closing in on Nick Nowak. Looking like Anthony now up to 5th. Going to be working on Metoxin here very shortly.
Yeah, we'll see if he can finish that pass on Dale back there. They're still side by side for now. Anthony's got just about half a truck on him as they come into the barn turn. Anthony should be able to get the run off the corner and get on by, and he's going to set his sights in on that 4th place runner, Nathan. Frank, I think Anthony is hungry for a good finish tonight.
Yeah, he's long overdue. He has the speed. He just, unfortunately, sometimes ends up in just the wrong spot at the wrong time.
Yeah, having speed's one thing, like we've already seen tonight with those cross cars. Having speed's one thing, but you got to have the luck to go with it.
Yeah, Jerry's we're about almost 2 seconds out over these two, so he's pretty much smooth sailing. And I'll let you go ahead and finish your thoughts. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. If it hasn't been for bad luck, Anthony hasn't had any luck. And looks like our timing and scoring kind of messed me up. Now we're on lap 3 out of 4, so.
Yeah, that good old timing loop.
Anthony's got that extra lap to try and reel that number 19 in.
Looks like at this point, most everyone's single file throughout the field, so we'll just kind of keep an eye on Anthony and see if Nathan can't secure that final transfer.
Yeah, Anthony just chipping little by little off that lead.
We're taking the white flag this time by.
Just hoping that maybe Nathan will make that one mistake. Meanwhile, up front, Frank, Chase has opened up a 1.5 second lead over Nick Nowak.
Yeah, I'm sure Nick's just going to be happy with the position, with a strong run in this heat. Jeffrey running well as well. Anthony just doing all he can to steal that spot.
Yeah, he's definitely putting the pressure on Nathan, so we'll see if Nathan is going to crack, or is he going to hold up? As Nathan now putting pressure on Jeffrey. That's not That's not at all what Nathan wanted to see. Is that's going to let Anthony close in right on the bumper in the last couple corners.
Anthony's diving it in low, see if he can't get a drive on the inside. A little bit of contact. We'll take a look at Chase Greer real quick as he comes across the line. Nick Nowak behind him, but we'll jump right back as contact.
Jeffrey gets into the wall.
Is that Zach Clifton able to? Oh, there's.
Oh my goodness.
There's going to be some sorting out on this one.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure where everybody finished on that. As we wait for.
Yeah, it looks like Sharp got credited with Clifton, so that will be third and fourth. Those guys transferring through. So, whew, that was one way to finish a heat race.
Yeah, that.
All right, looks like last heat of the night. It's going to be Dale Farnes out, well, I guess on the right side. Connor Florence, Christian Noble, Connor Berry. And then we have Cody Winecki, David Holdren, and then Patrick Solari rounding out the field here. It looks like they remember to extend the grid timer for us, so that was nice of them.
Yeah, as we get ready to go in this one. Another batch of strong names here, so this should prove to be another interesting heat race, Frank.
I agree. Every heat has had notable drivers in it, so there really is no advantage one heat over the other. I feel like just stiff competition all the way around. As looks like we're getting ready to go.
As everybody gets those engines revving up here, and we are green flag racing, Frank.
Looks like everyone's getting a pretty decent start.
Yeah, everybody's getting a good start here, barreling down into Forest County, Pottawatomie, turn 1. And it's gonna be... Looks like Cody Winecki gonna take the whole shot. I believe that was... Who was that got crossed up there? I can't quite tell. Maybe Christian Noble? I believe got crossed up.
Yeah, it was Christian who got a little ugly there and kind of drove Connor into the wall, but it looks like most everyone was able to sort it out and get it going, so kind of no harm, no foul.
Yes.
We got Connor Berry putting the move on David right now.
Cody Winecki with the early lead. Patrick Solari in second. Connor Berry going to take that third spot. David Holdren in fourth. Christian Noble fifth. Dale Farnes sixth. And Connor Florence in seventh.
And Dale making the comment, yeah, it's amazing how quickly, especially the last turn, when people start to really thread the needle, it can jumble the results real quick.
As Connor Berry sending it down into Cowboy Corner. He's got a pull on Patrick, but Patrick's going to stick to the inside. That's going to put Connor on the outside. And Connor going to be able to pull off that spot around the outside of Patrick.
On board with Patrick right now as he's going to do everything he can to reel back in Berry.
Go ahead. Cody Winecki with a 1.5 second lead early in this one. Looking at there's our leader. He's got that 1.5 second gap over Connor Berry. Connor's going to be setting his sights on Cody. as our battle for third is starting to heat up, Frank.
Yeah, looks like David trying to reel in Patrick back there. This is where all the action is going to be here.
Yeah, the more these guys keep battling, it's going to pull in Christian. So these guys are going to have to either sort it out, or Christian's going to be pecking in there for that final transfer spot.
Looking at Christian right now. Dale Farness. Well, he's running strong. It just might be a bit of a deficit to overcome with laps really quickly counting down.
Yeah, coming 3 times, or third lap in this time by, so just another couple times around here for these guys, and we're going to be looking at a consi soon, Frank.
It looks like Connor Berry right now is the fastest time around the track, a 1:21.95. So slowly chipping away at Cody's lead.
Yeah, Cody's fastest time at 1:22.107, so Connor just a couple tenths faster. As both of those guys, Frank, set their fastest lap last time by.
Yeah, I have a feeling the track's probably coming in just right, and they're just pushing each other at this point.
As we take a look now for that battle for third again, David still knocking on Patrick's back door.
Ooh, contact between David and Patrick.
Everybody keeps it straight.
Yeah, I was just going to comment.
Patrick,
I don't know if I'd want to push too hard and allow Christian to gain a foothold. That could be dangerous.
Yeah, for sure, Frank. That's the last thing either of those want, is to give up their transfer spot and some mistake there. So as Cody just maintaining that 1.5 gap back to Connor. Those guys are just out for a little bit of a Sunday drive.
Yeah, pretty much put it on autopilot, sit back, and just enjoy it. Look back up front as Winnicki prepares to take the checkered flag, this time by for Heat 3. And Connor Berry right behind him.
Patrick able to hang on to that third spot. David going to bring it home fourth. Christian going to come up just short in that fifth spot. And then Connor Florence going to come home in sixth. And Dale Farness in seventh.
So that should, if my schedule is correct, wrap up heat racing for us. And we should roll right into a LCQ. So with the LCQ, it's going to be another 4 laps. We expect the top 4 to come out of here to complete the 16-driver field. We're going to have Drake Matag, Christian Noble, Nathan Metoxen, Jonathan Pepin, and Dale Farness rounding out this LCQ.
I'm not quite sure, Frank, but I think we might have 2 LCQs.
I am thinking that might be the case. And if that is, in fact, how it's going to play out, then it will be the top 2 out of each. So I'll go ahead and ask the audience if they have any favorites out of this LCQ. Who are they thinking is going to take it?
As we got engines roaring here, Frank, we're about to get the green
Green flag.
flag. As Nathan gonna jump the start, that's gonna put him in the back. Who's gonna get the jump as they come barreling down into Forest County Pottawatomie turn 1? Christian Noble gonna get that early lead as these guys are beating and banging on each other.
It's like Jonathan. Is that Jonathan or that was Dale? Sorry, kind of forcing the inside there. Jonathan's gonna peek that back low.
As we come to the line to start lap number 1, Christian Noble's going to be in that first spot. Drake Matag second as they're beating on each other. Move
Really, they're making holes for themselves.
Dale. Christian and Dale fighting with each other. Jonathan Pepin's in 4th and Nathan Metoxen in that 5th spot. They're beating, they're banging. They know they got to get going, Frank.
Yeah, as we saw, 4 laps is it feels long on this track unless you're driving it. As we're battling for what looks to be a transfer position.
Yeah, Drake Matag threw it in there on those guys, and he came out with the lead there. I'm sure Christian probably not going to be the happiest camper on that move. As Brittany Farnes tuning in, she's cheering on Dale. We'll see what Christian's got up his sleeve. Maybe he can catch back up to Drake. As Dale's trying not to let those guys get away.
Looks like we've kind of sorted it out single file for the time being. So while they run, I'll just remind everyone that now's the time to go get your picks in for the AMX Fantasy. If you have not done that already, go pick your top 4 drivers for tonight. You can pick them all the way through the warm-up. So go to amxiRacing.com for all the links and how to get registered, and we look forward to having you guys participate with us.
As we got Anthony tuning in. Yes, he did not screw up this lobby finally, so we're enjoying some good racing, and I've got word that we're taking the top 2 out of each consi, Frank.
Sounds good. That means my math is mathing.
So if you want to keep your night alive, you better be in that 2nd spot by the end of this race. As Nathan getting into Dale, he's going to eat the wall a little bit and fall back.
Yeah, kind of all the eyes right now are on Dale, seeing if he can't close any ground on Christian. Otherwise, that's going to send him packing for the night.
As everybody's pretty well evenly spread out. Dale catching the wall in turn 1 there.
Yeah, Matag looking pretty good and consistent through this LCQ. So it's good to see that he's kind of been able to find his footing and go into the main event tonight with a solid finish in the LCQ.
As he takes the white flag with 1 lap remaining. He's got a 4-second gap over Christian. Christian with another 3 seconds. Back to Dale.
Look like Nathan
And
reeling Dale in just a little bit, but unfortunately it's not for a transfer position, so
but there are some points on the line there, Frank.
there are. And those 2
And they're
points,
gonna need
they do matter.
They're going to need every bit of points they can get by the time the season comes to an end. As we take a look back up front, Drake again, just checking out. He's opened up that lead to 5 seconds. As now he's just showing off.
He's just having a good time. So there's some confidence going into the main event tonight. Although don't blow up the engine just yet. And Christian Noble's going to be joining him. And then unfortunately Dale and Nathan will be watching from the bleachers tonight. And you were correct. We got 2 LCQs. So next one up is going to be Zach Clifton, Sean Winkler, Connor Florence, Jeffrey, Joseph Brooks, and Eddie Farnes.
Green flag.
They're quick to drop the hammers on this one.
Yeah, we're not waiting around tonight, so
Let's keep it moving.
Sean with the early hole shot down into turn 1. Joseph Brooks into that second spot. That's leaving Zach Clifton, Eddie Farnes, and Connor Florence on the outside looking in. Jeffrey Lash not making the call for the LCQ. Unfortunately, that's going to put his night to an end.
Joseph Brooks holding on to that final transfer position, although I'm sure he's looking to put a little bit more distance between him and Zach. So if he can get around Sean, that's just a little bit more insurance.
Yeah, Joseph putting pressure on Sean right now, so he's got to be feeling good about his truck tonight. As everybody seems to be single filed out now, so
Yeah, looking at Eddie Farnes sitting 4th. I like Eddie's paint scheme. That looks really sharp.
yeah, the colors on that are definitely vibrant, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, Sean Winkler holding on to a good solid second gap. Joseph Brooks just kind of managing Zach behind him, so really just running smooth. right on board with Zach for a second. Kind of take us. This is a favorite turn here of a lot of drivers. Just kind of throw it in and grab a gear and go.
Yeah, it's it can either be a friend or it can be an enemy. I mean, it's a good passing zone if you can pull the slider off right, but when you don't pull it off right, you make those enemies I just talked about.
Now Joseph really doing all he can to keep Zach behind him. Zach did a great job closing the gap that last time by.
Yeah, Zach just putting the pressure on Joseph here, making that battle for the transfer interesting.
Yeah, again, we're taking top 2 out of this one, so Joseph doing all he can to hold on.
Is Zach gonna clip that rear bumper?
Check in with Eddie, who's running 4th. Connor in 5th. If nothing else, just getting more familiar with the truck. Sometimes experience is what matters.
Yeah, seat time is all that these guys are going to be able to do to compete with some of those guys up front.
Speaking of front, look at that gap between Sean and Joseph.
Almost a 4-second lead.
Sean's just putting it together tonight. I think he just had some bad luck there in the heat, and he's got the speed to run up front. This is just kind of, a formality for him.
He's got the speed and he's got the start, Frank, because that land rush is an equalizer.
Yeah, as long as he can keep people to the left and right of him straight. As Sean's going to take the white flag this time by.
As that battle for second is really starting to heat up. Clifton all over the back of Brooks. Joseph doing all he can to try and hold Zach off one more time.
Watch them both throw it in here. As this is kind of the last great passing opportunity. These next few turns, unless you end up pushing or you kind of miss your mark, it can be challenging to make anything stick.
Yeah, Zach just trying to peek in the bottom of every corner that he can, trying to get his nose in there. As we come into the gravel pit for the last time.
Yeah, real quick,
Joseph
we'll jump up front with Sean to give him the glory here as he takes the checkered flag through the LCQ. And good, clean racing all the way to the end. Joseph Brooks going to be heading into the main event tonight.
Zach Clifton coming up one spot shy.
So with that, we'll move into a dash. It's just going to be a 2-lap battle for the top 2 out of each heat. We'll let the race control kind of sort these guys out. Once they do their race, the track will open up for everybody else, and they'll get a few laps in. So we'll wait for these guys to come on out of pit road. Looks like Zach Draken wasting no time.
And if memory serves me right, Frank, they're going to go up to the land rush start, and they're going to line up.
Yeah,
we'll do it Crandon style.
$5 dash for cash. So if you're in the chat, you have an idea of who's going to walk away with it tonight, let us know. It's looking like it's Cody Winecki, Chase Greer, Nick Nowak, Zach Drafkin, Connor Berry, and Joey Herbie is going to be the field for this dash. So, and you are right, they're going to go line it up.
So once they get lined up here, we'll run you through where everybody's starting at.
Looks like they're all trying to kind of figure it out too.
So it looks like on the far left of your screen, it's going to be Zach Drapkin. To his left, our right, is going to be Chase Greer, Cody Winecki. I believe that is Joey Herbie, Nick Nowak, and Connor Berry.
Yeah, so just to reiterate, it's going to be 2 times around the track. Winner gets $5. Compliments of, I believe it's BGM who's sponsoring this event this year. I don't have my notes directly in front of me, so if I'm wrong, I'm sure admin will give me an earful.
You are right, Frank. As it sounds like, looks like they're just getting their final adjustments made up.
Yeah, Nick trying to use every inch of that starting grid.
As they get Connor lined up here. Just waiting for those engines to start revving.
Looks like they're
Any
pretty much in
minute
line.
now.
There we go. I hear engines coming up.
As we get ready for green flag. I can't tell if that was a jump or a lot of guys sleeping.
Yeah, that one's kind of hard to tell, but regardless, we're moving.
As Cody Winecki going to take the early lead with Drapkin right on his tail. Chase Greer in third. Joey Herbie looks to be fourth. Nick Nowak and Connor Berry fighting for that fifth position.
Yeah, it looked like kind of a rough start for Nick, and Connor kind of shot wide, so I don't know if he lost a little bit of time doing that, but we'll see how it all pans out as they come across the line for lap 1.
Yeah, as they start lap 1 here, Zach still in that second spot. Cody Winecki opening up a slight gap. As these guys barrel pretty much single file into Cowboys corner. Connor doing everything he can to try and make up as many spots as possible. Trying to get a chance of that, I believe it was $5, Frank?
That's what I have written down here. $5 is going to the winner. Doesn't sound like much, but that is a cup of coffee, so. Jump back up front. Cody Winecki is sitting pretty comfortably right now, but Zach Drapkin is going to definitely be applying that pressure here. As we'll take the white flag this time by. pretty much at this point, just letting them do their thing.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot to call. We'll just kind of sit back and listen to the engines roar and let these guys do their work.
Yeah, it looks like Nick Nowak falling back a little bit. But Cody Winecki putting on a great performance if he can just keep it clean through these last couple turns. So we'll go ahead and write the check to Cody Winecki. He'll be cashing that one later as he's your Trophy Dash winner.
As that's going to open up the track for warm-ups.
Yeah, so while they get a couple laps in, we'll go ahead and take a look at last week's race at Lucas Oil Speedway, Wheatland. So sit back, enjoy, and we'll let the drivers get a couple laps in to work in the track.
As Cody now starting to put some more pressure back on David there for that last podium spot. And don't look too far back, but you got Chase Group just holding on there in the top 5. You know, Frank, Chase has got to be hungry for that podium spot too. He's been quick in that Montana too.
Yeah, all of these, like I was saying, the Montana League is really fun to watch. A lot of respect for each other, a lot of positive growth, and I'm looking forward to working with those guys to wrap up that season. And speaking of wrapping it up, looks like Sean Winkler is going to take the white flag this time by, as he's hoping to put a lid on this opening round.
Yeah, he's definitely holding his breath this time around. Just doesn't want to make that one mistake that cost him the race.
Yeah, looking through time and scoring, looks like we can maybe check back with Austin Bolson, Anthony James, looking to kind of reel him in a little bit. That's the only kind of close battle on the track that I'm seeing right now. We'll jump back up front and watch Sean just kind of show us what right looks like.
John, last time through the rhythm section, I started to say it, Frank, and I stopped myself. I didn't feel like jinxing him tonight, so.
I'm sure he appreciated that. We might get some messages from him saying thank you. Just don't say my name.
As Sean coming out of those escorts for the last time, coming into turn number 10. Sean Winkler going to bring it home in P1 tonight.
With Zach Drapkin right behind him and Cody Winecki moving up to third. Or more or less holding on to that third, but it was took him a minute to get up there. Secure it. Well, that was definitely an interesting race to watch last week. Some controversy coming out of that one, and what AMX has decided to do, since there was a lot to sort through, is pretty much open up a makeup race for drivers to have another opportunity to run that track and take the better of the two finishes, just because a lot of drivers got caught up in situations that were really no fault of their own, and it was something that we just felt was probably the most fair thing to do. So we're going to be posting more information on that. But real quick, we got a few more minutes here, last seconds to get your picks in if you haven't done that already. We have till the end of the session here, which I believe we got just a few more minutes, so if you've joined and you're playing along, we look forward to playing with you. So hopefully your drivers that you picked do you well tonight. So more information over at amxiracing.com. And then also next week, we'll be going to Wild West Raceway, another favorite here amongst AMX, before we return to Crandon Short. And then we'll start up at Firebird, pretty much launching the second half of the season. So kind of getting into some kind of more technical tracks in the future here. So I'm sure drivers are going to enjoy these wide open tracks where they can just pin it and go for right now. So
What about you, Frank? But I just made some last-second adjustments to my lineup.
yeah, now is the time to do it, because I think I heard some people picking like Nathan and stuff like that, who unfortunately aren't going to make the main event. So now's the time to swap them out. So by my math, we got about two and a half more minutes to let these drivers kind of fine-tune their lines and get ready for tonight's main event. So Cody, during the break, you're telling me you got the snowmobile up and running. You got that on your calendar.
Yeah, I got the old snowmobile submarine back out of the water, and she's up and running, and we're going to take another trip here tomorrow. We head up to northern Wisconsin, so it's going to be a early wake-up call, unfortunately, in the morning.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you sticking it out with me. It's always more fun when you're here, and I get to bounce my thoughts off of you. And
Yeah.
hopefully you go more than, 15 minutes or so before you put that thing in the pond last trip?
Oh, we made it more than 15 minutes. We put about 30 or 40 miles on it before finding a little bit of open water, unfortunately, on a Friday night, and that was the end of that weekend.
Well, I'm glad you're okay, and I'm glad you got it up and running, and you're going to be able to make it back out there and have some fun.
Yeah, we're gonna put it to the test this weekend, see if I didn't break anything else, but only time will tell.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to wrap up their last lap here before race control waves them in, and we'll put a lid on tonight. Hopefully talking to some new drivers up on the podium. That'd be cool.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to get some new names up here, so we'll just have to wait and see who can come out victors tonight. As it looks like their clock is expiring, so we should be seeing those guys pulling off and getting lined up for tonight's feature event.
Yeah, just waiting for iRacing to sort it out. As we introduce tonight's main event, 13 laps is going to make it. So starting with honors tonight, Zach Drapkin, Chase Greer outside of him, Cody Winecki, Joey Herby, Nick Nowak, Connor Berry, Taylor Vandenbush, Dale Sharp, Patrick Solari, Solomon Borshiner. And then we have Anthony James, David Holdren, Drake Matag, Sean Winkler, Christian Noble, and Joseph Brooks rounds out the field tonight. And that is 2 rows deep worth of trucks we got.
As everybody gets the nerves worked out, waiting for those engines to start revving.
Yeah, I would ask you kind of who's your favorite for tonight, but I can't even pick one. There's so many names in here, so I'm just really
I'll
hoping
let you.
for some good clean battles out here. As looks like flags in the air, we're getting ready to drop it.
I'll let you know after turn 1, Frank.
The great
Green flag,
equalizer.
green flag, green flag.
As we are green flag racing, everybody's going to be barreling down into Forest County, Potawatomi, turn 1. And it looks like Chase Greer's going to pull out that early hole shot.
Ooh, people getting
Cody
ugly back in
Winnecke
the rear.
Squeezing in. He's looking for that number 1 spot. Chase has it. Cody wants it. As they dive down into the gravel pit corner. They're going to come out side by side racing. Chase pulls up by a truck over Cody Winnecke, gets tagged by Sean just a little bit. That's going to let Chase take off. As everybody's battling for that 3rd spot right now.
Yeah, looking back a little bit further, Connor Berry sitting 7th, Nick Nowak behind him, Joey Herbie in 9th, Solomon up to 10th, so that's the top 10 right there.
As we still got that battle for 4th brewing.
Oh, stacking it up.
Stacked up. Anthony getting in the back of, I think that was the Drapkin.
Yeah, it looked like Connor Berry getting
like they're gonna
sucked into that one as well.
Everybody looks like they're gonna keep it going.
Looks like Anthony Jane taking a bad bounce or something. He's off the track, falling quick. So he might be taking a pit stop this next time by to get some repairs. It looked like he took a nasty hit back there.
As Cody Winnecke's still putting the pressure on Chase for that top spot.
A little bit further back. Looks like Connor Berry's kind of leading the charge for this second group.
As we look at the battle for 6th place. But back up front, we have a 3-car breakaway for the lead, Frank.
Yeah, these 3 are just so evenly matched. It's gonna be fun. Sean's got that thing just wide open.
As Cody takes that peak down through the inside of Chase, getting that top spot, but Chase is not done yet. He pulls crossover move. Back into gravel pit. Chase is going to slide him up the track just a little bit and take that 1st spot right back.
Just like that, we'll see if Cody Winnecke's got anything to answer back. And Sean Winkler is just looking for an opportunity as well.
John had a slow start to start off the night in these trucks, but he's battling back. He's looking good, Frank.
Yeah, well, looking back a little bit further, you got Connor Berry putting pressure on Drake. Trying to get around him for the fifth spot. So it looks like Connor's just pushing him down the track. Behind all this, we got Zap Drapkin and Patrick.
As these guys kind of start to spread out. Frank, I think that battle up front is starting to heat up again. As both Cody and Sean were able to get around Chase. Chase is going to try and chase those guys back down and see if he can't make a move again.
And Connor Berry's still knocking on the door of Matag. And look at this Dick Nowak having a good run tonight. He's up to 7th.
Yeah, and Nick up to 7th spot. It's what he does. He just stays consistent and he finds himself good finishes. So we'll look to see if he can't do that again tonight, as he got up on the hump, pushed Patrick out a little bit. Patrick was able to recover.
Check up back front with our leaders here.
Cody and Sean just kind of mirroring each other. Sean's just looking for that opportunity to find his way around.
A little bit further back, we got Joey and is that David? Looks like fighting over 8th right now. Fly over, watch these two. See if David can't make any ground. It looks like right now David's just kind of studying, trying to see where he can make a move when the time comes.
Yeah, these guys, looks like a lot of these guys are just kind of studying the truck in front, seeing where the weaknesses are, seeing where the strengths are, and trying to capitalize.
Yeah, it looks like Anthony James showing a lap down. Fortunately, under the caution, he's going to be able to get that lap back, so that'll put him back in contention for the second half of this race. Checking back up front, not too much has changed in our situation with the leaders. Cody, Sean, Chase, 1, 2, 3. Trying to look
Connor
a little
did
bit.
make his way around Drake, so we'll see if he can't close in on that front battle at all.
Yeah, looks like Joey was able to close the gap a little bit on Nick Nowak, and then David getting in on this as well. I believe they're going to go around one more time before they take the caution.
I believe you're correct, Frank. I don't know if SDK is playing any tricks on us or not, so we'll just have to take a watch and see what happens.
Seeing
as Solomon Borchinger's on pit lane.
He's probably trying to grab some repairs ahead of the comp caution as well, so...
As that battle for first, Frank, it's starting to heat up some more.
Yeah, Sean was able to kind of close the gap a little bit, apply some late pressure. I mean, I'm sure Sean's going to want that top spot because that's going to allow him to start out front and control the restart. So that's a huge benefit if he's able to make that happen. But I don't know if he's going to push it too hard. Because he might just be happy with a good, solid restart position overall. we'll take the caution this time by.
As everybody is going to pace around here to the exit of Cowboy Corner where they're going to get lined up. Anthony will get his lap back.
Yeah, so far I'm not. I mean, Cody, Sean, and Chase were some of the favorites coming in. I can see Connor if he gets a good jump, being able to get up there and capture a podium. Drake's running strong. Um, Nick has been having a great showing, so yeah, it's kind of. I still feel like it's anyone's game. Um, Everyone just seems so evenly matched out there.
Yeah, it's far from over so far tonight, so be interesting to see what these guys can do.
Yeah, now for the biggest challenge of the night, trying to figure out which drivers go to the left and which drivers go to the right.
Yeah, here at Amex, we do the Delaware double file restart, so the leader will get the front row all to himself. Or maybe Am I wrong today, Frank?
They might be changing it up on the fly. Or are they going to go around again? I'm not sure what they're doing. Normally this is the restart zone, so I feel like they're just playing with our emotions tonight, Cody.
Technical difficulties, please stand by.
Yeah, what I have found
I wouldn't think they'd be out of fuel, Frank, would you?
Well, judging how they are coming into pit road, that might very much so be the case. So Cody's going to lead us through the pits to grab some fuel.
Yeah, it'd be a little bit of a replay of the cross car action, I would assume, tonight. So these guys are going to run in, grab some fuel, and then they should line up as they went in.
Yeah, I got to get that digital Sunoco fuel.
So everybody's going to get their respective spots back. Non-competitive pit stops. Anyways, as I was saying, we should be doing a Delaware double file restart where the leader will get the front row to himself. Second place will get his choice of inside or outside. And then everybody from there on out will be evens left, odds right.
So when you race here, Cody, do you prefer the inside or the outside on the restart? With that sweeping left-hand turn?
Well, with where AMX restarts, I would choose the left just because you set yourself up on the inside of not only the barn corner, but if you can't pull the lead out, if you can at least stay alongside that truck on your right, you'll have the inside for the gravel pit as well. So it's definitely an advantage to have the left side, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. I always feel like when I get stuck on the outside, if there's any contact or someone gets unstable, usually that action is coming your way, and I just prefer to stay away from problems. So Cody Winecki will lead them around. Looks like Sean elected to set himself up on the inside, like you and I were talking about. Apparently we got the popular choice.
Yeah, it's just to me it's a no-brainer, but I'm sure somebody out there has a reason why they should choose the right. So In true AMX fashion, we're going to see these guys pace down the backstretch here, and once we go through turn 1, they're going to start right at the little jump down there with the banner right over top of it. Sorry, I'm having a brain fart, Frank.
It's been a lot of action to call tonight, so I'll let it slide, but just this one time as we are back under green.
As Connor taking a look under Chase early on that restart. He wants that 3rd spot. He wants more.
A little bit of, the 99 of, looks like Patrick going around. That's going to send him all the way to the rear.
Yeah, Chase losing a couple spots on that restart, but gaining a spot or two is that 145 of Nick Nowak.
Yeah, Nick's just always in the right spot at the right time, and just he's a smart driver. He can see things develop and knows how to keep himself out of trouble. Over the top of Joey Herbie right now.
Everybody barreling down into the cowboy corner. As Sean's back to putting that pressure on for that top spot.
Yeah, it's pretty much exactly how we left him.
He's got a rear view, or I shouldn't say he's got a rear view because these guys are driving without rear view mirrors, but I'm sure he's seeing that relative and he's seeing Connor Berry's number shrinking as Connor starts to inch closer to these guys. So you got to be thinking Sean's saying it's go time.
So the number 4 of Drake Matag is starting to reel them in as well. Chase Greer, 5th. Nick Nowak up to 6th. More or less 3 wide coming out of the turn.
3 wide for the top spot coming out of Cowboy Corner, Frank. How often do you get to see something like that?
That's always beautiful when they can do that and keep it clean, and it's just who can get the power to the ground the best. Yeah, it's hard to look at anyone else on the track right now with these 3 just putting on a solid performance.
As Connor Berry's starting to put that pressure on Sean that we talked about. That's letting Cody Wienecke get just a little bit of a lead. As Sean's going to pull back past Connor. He's going to try and cut that lead back close.
We'll jump on board real quick with Drake. See what he can do with Connor Berry in front of him.
Yeah, Drake with the front row seat to this action.
Yeah, and looks like he's up 9 positions from where he started.
Trying to put himself into the show.
Awesome shot.
Yeah, Drake up, as you said, Drake's up 9 positions from where he respectively started, but biggest mover on the night seems to be Sean up there in 2nd spot. He's up 12 positions from his respective starting spot.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, Sean, I think, just kind of suffered from some early bad luck. He's got the speed, he's got the performance. He's got it to compete. We've seen that week in and week out.
As Drake's pulled these guys back into his grasp, we have a 4-car battle for that top spot.
Yeah, looking throughout the rest of the field, looks like everyone else is still pretty much more or less in line with about a second separating everybody. So this is where the action is out on the track right now.
Yeah, 12 laps in the book, Frank, out of 13. These guys know it's coming to an end soon, and I would say they're probably going to start getting a little pushy here soon.
Yeah, that's the nature of the beast. Driving it a little bit harder as both Cody and Sean drag race down the backstretch here.
Cody's got that preferred line going into turn 1, hugging that wall tight. He's going to be able to pull out, I think, just enough. No. Sean's going to keep to his left side. That's going to open up that door that I talked about earlier for Sean to be on the inside going into gravel pit. I think Cody inched him out just enough. As don't look again, here comes Connor back into the mix of things.
Yeah, he's going to be
Every
peaking
time
low.
these guys get side by side.
A little bit of contact as we take the white flag. So one more time around. And looks like the number 4 of Drake going around. Hopefully he doesn't collect up anybody else behind him. And that's pretty much going to cement these top 3.
Unfortunately, just catching Connor on the landing there, and it sent him right into that wall, and around he went. Tough break for Drake Matag. Looking so good all night long.
Yeah, so the real question is just how is this order going to shape up here? Because we'll see if Sean's got any late moves he can put on him. Although yeah, it's a pretty big gap. I'd be kind of surprised if he's able to close that up. But I've seen crazy things here at Crandon.
These guys have opened up a gap on each other. Taking a look back at Chase in 4th, Nick in 5th, Zach Drapkin in 6th. All these guys having a good night. As Sean's just making the last-ditch effort. Coming into Calamity Corner for the last time. Cody Winecki going to be able to bring it home in first on his birthday. Sean Winkler 2nd. Connor Berry 3rd. Chase Greer 4th. Nick Nowak 5th. Zach Drapkin 6th. David Holdren 7th. Drake Matag 8th. Joey Herbie 9th. Dale Sharp 10th. Christian Noble in 11th.
Yeah, so definitely a very entertaining second half. And we'll get ready to see if we have anyone standing by to talk to us, because I'm sure there's going to be some fun narrative as far as what was going through their minds, especially after that restart.
As we gave these guys a couple minutes to get lined up for their pictures and get into the waiting room.
Yeah, while we do that, we'll see how it came to fruition here. We have Cody Winecki with tonight's round 2 winner, Sean Winkler behind him. Connor Berry is going to be rounding out the podium. Chase Greer, Nick Nowak, that'll be your top 5. Zach Drapkin, David Holdren, Drake Matag, Joey Herbie. Dale Sharp will round out the top 10 there. And then we have Christian Noble, Taylor Vanden Bush, Patrick Slurry, Solomon Borschinger, Joseph Brooks, and Anthony Janes. Unfortunately, both Brooks and Janes a lap down, but credited with some points tonight.
As now we're starting to get people rolling in here. As still waiting on our 3rd place finisher, but We'll see. We'll give him just another second here to see if Connor shows up.
Yeah, worst case, we'll just grab whoever we can find from the pits there.
Lizard.
All right, Sean, this is Frank and Cody up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah. Hey, Cody. Hello, Frank. Hello, hello.
Well, that was quite the battle you guys were putting on all race long. You and Cody were just duking it out, blow for blow. Take us through that.
Yeah, did that look good on your end? I hope so.
It was pretty good. I mean, 3 wide coming out of gravel pit. You, Cody, and Connor. I mean,
Yeah.
it was entertainment all night long. Just take us through your mindset that whole race.
Is that what you call it? Entertainment? I was white knuckling it for sure. I mean, the heat race, my random draw was terrible, so we finished in a really bad spot, and we had to go through the LCQ there. Then we started 14th in the feature, and I'm like, oh, what am I going to do from 14th? But we got a really good jump, and some of the guys in front didn't, so we were able to actually rip it from 14th to 4th there on the land rush, which was a blessing because usually you just get murdered there in turn 1. But we hung on to it and got close, and then I just stayed kind of right on Birthday Boy's tail there and thought about making a couple moves, but didn't want to ruin his night. So happy to finish here overall. But congrats, Cody, on the win. And then Connor was right there too. And man, he's always pressure when he's close to you. So glad I was able to fend him off there for the second spot. But congrats to him on the P3. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a fun one.
Yeah, we definitely made a few comments. You a little slow out the start of tonight, but you were able to manage to pick it up. Biggest mover on the night. You were up 12 spots, so
Okay.
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely a good run for you. Why don't you give a shout out to friends, family, and sponsor?
Yeah, sure. Just want to thank Racecraft Academy. Thanks a lot to them for letting me drive the teams. Great team to be with, and Real Broker and Next Level Racing, and everybody that puts this on. AMX, fantastic crew, great broadcast. Looking forward to watching this one again for sure. This will be exciting. Glad we made it. 14th to second. That was pretty sweet. Thanks to all the fans for tuning in. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the broadcast. It's always fun to race and put on a show for everybody. So thankful to the fans that tune in and watch, and tell a friend and have them tune in for next week because it should be another close one. Looking forward to it.
Well, it's always fun having you guys out here. We appreciate you so much, and good luck next week.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Cody. Thanks, guys. Great show. Thanks, Frank.
Yeah, well, looks like we got tonight's winner, Mr. Cody Winecki. I had a feeling I'd be talking to you again here at some point, and well, I guess I was right.
Hey, man.
How was it tonight? It seems like you pretty much maintained control, especially that second half. Did you feel any pressure from the guys behind you, or were you pretty focused on the race ahead of you?
All I gotta say is birthday wishes do come true. Swept the night, and that means a lot. And no, it was a lot of pressure. I definitely felt Sean and Connor right on me. A lot of respect for Sean. He could have threw in a few sliders and got around me, but respect for the Racecraft boys. And that was just wow. Good night.
Yeah, it's well, like you were saying, when you three, I made a comment to Cody during the broadcast that to be able to go 3 wide into some of these turns and keep it straight, keep it clean, it's just fun to watch. The skill you guys have and the ability you have, especially on a sim where you kind of have, the limited peripheral to be able to keep tabs on where you guys are at. It speaks to your skill. So definitely excited to see what you got going into next week at Wild West. And any thoughts going into that one?
Uh, Not really. Didn't even know what was next, but looks like we got some track time to make up on. That's one of my tougher tracks, so hopefully we can make it through those rounds without tumbling or something.
Yeah, well, no worries. Well, I'll let you go ahead and give the shout outs you need to give and get back to celebrating with the team.
Yes, sir. Cheers to you guys. Thank you for the awesome broadcast and the awesome league you guys put on. a blast to run with you all. Racecraft Boys, Impact Sim Sports, Players Racing, Works Graphics, Dave Ward, he does all my paints and they're always flawless. And yeah, it was just a great night. Proud of it.
Well, sounds good. We look forward to seeing you next week, and you have a good evening.
You too. Take
Happy
care.
birthday.
Thank you.
And well, Cody, looks like Connor Berry was quick to throw the truck up on the trailer and beat feet out of here. So we're gonna miss him tonight, but congratulations to him. Hopefully, we'll see him in the coming weeks out here because it's always fun when he shows up. So with that, I believe we're just about all wrapped up here for round two. I want to again thank everyone for tuning in. We love having you out here. And next week we'll be taking it to Wild West for round three. You all have a wonderful evening.